Here we go, we're in Claremont here. We're training on some hills. I'm running downhill right now. Amputees have a really hard time running downhill. We don't have the muscles to stabilize. So you have to take it a little slower. And actually I have to like tighten up my core like I'm doing a plank and run at the same time. That's the sensation, because the stability that I need doesn't come from my feet. My hamstrings, my quads, my glutes, my hips, everything's working double time, triple time going downhill. And the core helps me to stay in a good position, because if I go too far forward, then I land really, really hard on the blade, and it projects me further, harder, faster down the hill. And then I have to have the quicker turnover to do that. However, once you get that momentum, it's hard to stop it. So I have to actually shorten up my stride and run a little bit more conservative. And then also the impact going downhill on the socket, the prosthetic, it puts a lot more pressure on those pressure points that are supporting me in the leg. And I have to usually wear more socks. Like for Ironman World Champs in St. George, I wore extra sock on the left side because going down hills I needed that extra support. It's like the equivalent of wearing a different sneaker for the terrain that you're running in. For us, all we have is just our socks and the fit that we have in our leg, and we have to get it as perfect as possible. But you never really get it perfect as possible because your volume is constantly changing, and the altitude, right, the weather, all that stuff affects the limb volume because it's tissue. It's muscle, tissue, blood, oxygen, and you really can't control that, especially when a fit. So I want to explain that to you guys. A lot of people don't know that, but you get it as good as possible. You strengthen up the body physically, muscularly, to handle the load when you're going downhill. That's how you really compensate and be able to run as best as you can. I mean, we're never going to be able to run with 2 feet like all these other able bodies, but we do the best that we can, and we inspire the world because we go through so many more challenges than all these people out here that are running, doing triathlon and complaining also at the same damn time and beating themselves up, trash talking. We're fucking grateful that we can actually get up and live life, and that means we're fucking winning, and we're way ahead of all the other people that have a shitty ass attitude. Live free, live amazingly. Morning, guys.